Hi guys, and thank you again for taking a few minutes to watch this week's video, which, well, this is a conversation I would have with pretty much every single one of my coaching clients. And it's the desire to be leaner or to lose body fat. Everyone's why might be a little bit different. Perhaps just to look a different way, to feel a different way, to be more energetic, to be able to move more and be more active with children. The reasons are endless. But the goal is very much the same, to lose body fat. And as I go through the analysis with these clients, well, there's three things that I see across the board that need to be addressed. And I want to raise these three things with you because, you know what? I guarantee you either aren't addressing it, don't know where to start to address it, or perhaps haven't even thought of addressing it. So if losing body fat, if being leaner is a goal of yours, then you better listen to the next few minutes of this video. As always, guys, it would mean so much if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, please. It does help me get this messaging out to a bigger, broader audience. So where am I starting? Which one of the three do I think sits atop of the list? Well, it's stress. Disclaimer, I am a stressor. Always have been since I was a kid. And you know what? It's because of that I spend a lot of time and energy and money understanding stress, investing in how to best manage stress, but also better understanding the impacts, both short-term and long-term, of prolonged periods of stress. Now, there's a link in the description below about a video I did on stress, so check that one out after you've watched this. But a real summary, I'm not deep diving each one of these, I'm giving you the three keys and I'm going to give you a fix for each one of them. But why is stress a problem? Well, one, because many of us are in a constant state of stress and we're not designed to be. See, our perception perhaps of stress is that it's just a moment or a work thing where we just feel overwhelmed. But stress takes many different forms. Yes, there's financial stress. There is family stress. There is work stress. There's the stress when someone cuts you off on the road while you're driving, that immediate feeling that comes with that. But there's also physical stress. Perhaps training in a certain way, a lot of endurance work or a lot of heavy weight lifting. That is a physical stress. We don't let our bodies come out of this state of stress for long enough. We weren't meant to be in a constant state of stress. Society has meant that we are in this state more often than we should be. And what does that mean? Well, it means that we're in an elevated level of cortisol, again, more often than we should be. Cortisol is a very beneficial little chemical, but not when it's being produced all the time. And what's the result of that? What's the result of this prolonged period of stress? Well, one is the desire or the increased in cravings, typically for unhealthy foods, sugary foods especially. When we're feeling stressed, how many times have you been in a stressed state and all you feel like is a bowl of salad? It rarely ever happens, right? More likely you're in a stressed state and you're like, I need a wine, I need a burger, or I need a big bowl of pasta, something satisfying. So one of the problems is it will lead us down a path of poor food choices. But also it actually encourages the body to retain body fat, specifically around the midline. And this has been going on since the dawn of time. Our body is conserving this fat, this energy source, because, well, it doesn't know when the next meal is coming. But, well, we're in a society, we can get food at any time, but the body doesn't know that. So what am I saying? I'm saying if you're in a constant state of stress, you will notice that perhaps you're not eating well and that you can't shift this belly fat from the midline. So what are three things? Well, the first one might seem obvious. Address the thing that's causing you stress. I talk to so many and they'll use tools and resources and mechanisms to feel better in the moment. Breath work, meditation, movement. We're going to talk about this, but forget to actually address the thing that's causing them stress. So that's number one. Address the thing that's causing you stress. And number two, well, I kind of just gave it away, is meditation. For me, this is a daily practice. Scrap the image in your head of what you think daily meditation has to look like. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 20 minutes. Finding just that little bit of time to be present, to be peaceful, and to be quiet. Through guided meditation, through transcendental meditation, there's a variety of different types of meditation. Find the one that works for you. But a daily practice of meditation is so important. And the other one is to move every single day. It has been proven over and over again that exercise, fitness, movement is so important to mental health, well-being, stress management, depression. But like I said, if you are in this state of stress, then perhaps don't go for a 20-kilometer run. Perhaps don't go and do an hour and a half of heavy CrossFit or weightlift style training. That's another stressor. Just get outdoors, get into nature, just go for a walk. So move, be more active every single day. So the first thing that's going to stop you from moving this body fat is stress. The second one, well, is sleep. To me, sleep is the number one well-being component. Number one. It is when we rest, repair, and recover. Again, link in the description, another video I did on just the basic starting points of optimizing your sleep. Now, again, if we're not getting good quality sleep, and I'll talk about what that looks like in a minute, then we're left with this feeling of tiredness, typically craving bad foods again. But, well, what does a good quality sleep look like? Now, on average, the duration is somewhere between 7 to 9 hours, but it also depends on the output of the day. So if you've just run a marathon, well, then perhaps you're going to need more sleep than if you spent the whole day sedentary laying on the couch. It's also about quality over quantity. Bragging that on my watch I got 12 hours of sleep last night, but if a lot of that was rubbish, it's no good. I would take 7 hours of quality sleep every day of the week. So get a tracking device, get something where you can monitor your sleep. A sleep cycle lasts for around 90 minutes. And of that 7 to 8 hours, if we look at 8 hours, for example, you're looking at about 13 to 23% of that time should be in deep sleep. So around an hour of your night should be in deep sleep. And if you're not getting this kind of duration and quality of sleep, you're going to notice, again, you're craving typically bad foods. You're just generally tired. And if you're tired, what are you less likely to do? Move. And again, coming off the first one, if we are stressed, cortisol is high, that's going to impact our sleep as well. You might also find, and this is especially the case for people that have demanding, stressful jobs or business owners, we are working into the night or we're thinking about work. We need to have a point in which we switch off at the night time. So number one, what are 3 fixes for this? Number one, well, have a look at this video. Have a look at the video about how you can optimize your sleep. There's the first thing you can do. The second one is actually try consuming some carbohydrates at nighttime. Something like a little bit of sweet potato. For me, I don't mind a little bowl of organic oats. So something small, not big bowls of pasta and rice, but introducing a little bit of carbohydrates at nighttime. I've actually found it increases the quality of my sleep every single time. And why that is because those carbohydrates actually help with the production of melatonin. I also find I train better the next morning. So the second thing would be perhaps introduce a little bit of carbohydrates, especially if you're not eating much during the day, a little bit at nighttime. Again, track it, see how it works for you. And the other one is magnesium glycinate. There's a variety of different types of magnesium, some better than others. Some will also upset your belly potentially. Glycinate I found really, really good for an aid to getting to sleep, relaxing at nighttime. So I would take that at nighttime. So number one is stress. Number two is sleep. Number 3, look, we're talking about how we get rid of body fat, belly fat, leaning up. Nutrition, food, what we eat, how we eat, when we eat, where we eat. It may seem obvious. But again, time and time again, I see what I call creepers. Now, what I would encourage you to do, jumping to the fix here, is do a 7-day food diary. I get all my clients to do this. It's not counting calories, it's not looking at macros, it's not weighing things. Simply look at what you ate, when you ate it. Over a normal week, over 7 days, and have a look at what you consume and look for what I call are creepers. Creepers are things that in the moment you think, it's okay, I don't do it too often. It's only the once, I'll go on, I'll just have one now. How many times do we say that in a week? Because we don't think about what the 3, 4, 5, 6 days leading up to that looked like. And what I'll find typically is large amounts of alcohol being consumed. Could be 2 bottles of wine over a week. Flat white coffee, that's a classic. A lot of milk, a lot of dairy. Some people would have 2 or 3 a day. That's litres of milk over a week. But it's also looking at the sweet treats that I'll go on. And before you know it, there's been ice creams, perhaps a donut. These sweet treats just keep dropping in. But also looking at things like how much bread and rice and pasta is consumed, and perhaps, the level of exercise and training doesn't need that volume of carbohydrates as a fuel or an energy source. So I encourage you, look at what you eat and how you eat, and how you do that is via a 7-day food diary. Be honest, be critical, and have a look for those creepers. These are 3 simple things, but 3 things that so many people overlook. Look at your stress, manage it, use tools to improve it. Your sleep, 7 to 9 hours, quality sleep. Improve it through some supplementation and also looking at those carbohydrates at night time. And number 3, just looking at how you eat, but not just on the day. Look at it over 7 days. Keep it simple, don't overanalyze. Just look for those creepers. Because they are the 3 things that I will see all the time as to simple, low-hanging fruit that people need to address if they want to reduce body fat, lean up, and check their body composition. Guys, as always, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.